guys, this is Lala Legacy, and welcome back to another episode of Little Busters. I am here again with my roomie.
Hi.
So much highs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyways, let's just jump right back in. The bell signaled the end of the fourth period, or signaling the end of fourth period rang. I quickly turned my gaze to the seat nearest to the corridor. Well, she's not there. But she certainly had been there right before the end of class. Rise, bow, be seated. This barely lasted 30 seconds, and during that interval, Nishizono-san had managed to leave the classroom. That's too quick. Or maybe you're just too slow. And there she is. Was I her? Oh yeah. You're free as well, Naoi-san. Not really free, actually. I just thought that it'd be a problem if you'd made too many sandwiches again, and wouldn't be able to sleep tonight because of it. I have no sandwiches today. I see. I'll go to the cafeteria then. I was about to leave when she called out to me. But I do have onigiri. Can I have some? My stomach growled. That sound just now, it wasn't me. Yeah, I know. I wish my stomach would think of me a little before doing something embarrassing. I just said that I heard the sound. I'm not saying there's anything bad about it. I sat a little away from her. Round-shaped onigiri were lined up in her lunchbox. She didn't start doing anything right away, just sitting in silence. It's like she's not in a very good mood. What's wrong? I just thought about it, and wondered why I stopped you from leaving. Even if I let you go, that wouldn't cause me any trouble. For some reason, I'm feeling annoyed. What she said seemed so funny. I smiled unintentionally. That smile, too, was annoying, she said, slightly smiling herself. Looks tasty. The onigiri lined up in her lunchbox had been made out of white rice by small hands. I could begin drooling just from the sight of them. Help yourself, then. This is your share for today. Inside the plastic bag she passed to me was something black. What's this? Nori. I give them to you since there was some left after I made the onigiri. Okay. Can I get full from this? Did you bring this to feed the birds? Around us, like always, were flocking pigeons and sparrows. Birds can't possibly eat nori. She contradicted me, as if to suggest that I lacked common sense. I brought it for you. I thought I'd get the bread crust she brought to feed the birds, but seems like she's going to give me nori from the beginning. So, wasn't it a good idea that you stopped me earlier? No, Isan, if you get too hung up on the minor details, if you keep this up, you'll become bald soon. I appreciate your concern. And while I'm at it, thanks for the nori, too. I tried to munch on one of them. It was sticking to my upper teeth and was difficult to eat. In the end, I received a few onigiri from her. Sorry you only had enough for one person. No, I don't mind. I don't eat much to begin with. True enough, she shared half of her onigiri with the birds. Sparrows and pigeons were edging closer as she tossed them some rice grains. Her doing that made me think. She seemed to be going through a lot of trouble, making lunch by herself only to feed it to the birds later on. I ate to my heart's content, the sun high in the sky. It was such a serene lunch break. A girl feeding birds while holding a book in one hand, sitting in the shade of a tree. It was a spectacle that would make for a good painting. The pigeons that were flocking around us before were now keeping their distance and waiting for more. Nishizono-san, do you like birds? Did you say something? She slowly turned her head to me. We were close enough that she should have heard me. I asked one more time. Do you like birds? I wonder. She smiled ambiguously. Birds can fly up in the sky. They spread their wings, soaring up in the free sky, in a world of their own, where no one can get in their way. That's why people admire them. That's why... I hate birds. They fly away from me as they like. A grim expression on Wait, what? A grim expression crossed her face. See, I even messed up because of the space. Nishizono-san. But while I feed them, they won't fly away into the sky. I feed them in order to constrain them to the ground. The pigeons that were keeping a safe distance from us tilted their heads at me, but I didn't have onigiri in my hand anymore, neither did Nishizono-san. As though they understood this and had lost interest, they flew away. It's so cruel what I'm doing every day. I suppose their love lasts only for as long as I feed them. Isn't that okay? They flew away, though. There's no constricting those that have wings. She shook her head in sadness. It's meaningless resistance, what I'm doing. But even so, it's much better than not doing anything, don't you think? When I didn't reply, she spoke up again. I said something boring. Forget about it. I ended up saying something uncalled for. No, I don't mind. I can't promise I'll forget about it. She revealed a troubled expression. I'll try to do what I can. Seems we need to get back soon. I looked at my watch. There was still some time left. The next class is PE. Isn't it a bit early? It takes time for girls to change. I see. When she says it like that, I can't really refute her. What are the girls doing? Short distance sprinting outside, she said while letting out a sigh. For Nishizono-san, whose role was only to observe during PE class, it could hardly be an enjoyable time. She was simply observing, yet she'd still properly get changed. That was like her. Aren't you going back, Naoe-san? Yep, I'll just stay here a little longer. I see. Then I'll go on ahead. She took her book in her hand and started walking away. I stayed under the zelkova tree, gazing at her back as she walked away holding the parasol. I looked up at the blue sky of the early summer, at the boundless sky. It should be the same sky Nishizono-san and I were looking at. Yet I had a feeling that the sky reflected in her eyes and where it led was in some way fundamentally different from the one I saw. I'll be back tomorrow. I waved to a single sparrow that had arrived late. But it's Nishizono-san who brings the food anyway. I should start looking for members soon. Nishizono-san had already turned me down before. Now then, where should I try my luck? Nobody called out to me, but Kyosuke had high expectations of me. And what was Kyosuke up to? No doubt he's doing his best somewhere, somewhere I don't know about, or so I'd like to think. Wait, birds eating wait. Feeling tired, I sat down on the bench in the courtyard, lazily gazing up at the sky. It's probably because I couldn't sleep very well last night. Oh, no! Oopsie. Yeah, my mouse has been acting up. My head felt a bit heavy, but I felt as with the sunlight, that the sluggishness would gradually fade away. What's wrong? Oh. I opened my eyes. In front of me stood Rin holding a cat, just basking in the sun. Going for a stroll with the cat? Well, I was just showing him around a little. Around school? Yep, because he often gets lost. Meow, the cat purred as if answering her. It was a calm gray cat. A cat with no sense of direction is rare. Rin sat next to me. Rin? Well, I'll bask in the sun with you. Okay. Rin was tapping on the cat's paw. Funny. Hey, don't pull with your claws. With cats only, Rin was acting much like an older sister, showering them with care. She rarely showed that side of hers to us, and every time I had a chance to catch a glimpse of it, I would begin to blush. That's how adorable she was. At that moment, the noisy sound of footsteps. No, she's panting. Oh. Because she was running. Haruka-san, while panting heavily, stood in front of the bench. She was sweating profusely, resting with her hands on her knees. She seemed exhausted. Haruka-san, what's the matter? I probably didn't even need to ask. Why are you running away today?
Disciplinary committee.
Whoa, again? You were late again?
I was climbing over the school gate as they found me.
Did you escape? They were supposed to catch you if that's the case. It was a clear breach of school regulations.
Just some minor stuff going on.
The sound of a whistle.
That was me.
Yeah, you were the prefects, remember?
Was I the prefect?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There you are, Saigasa Haruka. Did I say that right? Okay. Stay right there. Gah! Oh no! Did they find me already? How come? This times the pursuers are tough.
It's like a scream.
Yeah!
Some gray object lunged forward like a gust of wind. Haruka-san fell over. Whoops! No! Stop it!
Oh goodness. Don't you laugh at me. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say and will be used against you.
She was surrounded by disciplinary committee members while still being restrained by the gray object. Why a Miranda warning? Rin, who was normally indifferent to such an uproar, was looking intently in their direction.
You'll be hauled in now. Let me off the hook. Riki-kun and Rin-chan, see you later. Just keep walking, Saigasa Haruka.
She was dragged away by the disciplinary committee members as if she was being arrested for murder.
Oh goodness. Sounds like it. Naoi-san. Oops. Hello.
Kud, who almost ran past us, stopped at the bench which we were standing next to. Hi, Kud.
Haro. Oh, Haro. Oh, I should have known that.
Yeah, because when it's like that, she's trying to speak English with a Japanese accent.
Oh, okay. Ricky and Manson.
Rin-san, by the way. She shot up her right hand in greeting like always. Everything was as usual so far. Good work, Strelka! All of a sudden, a dog's bark resounded. Whoa, that scared me. Beneath Kud's legs was a huge gray dog. Since when was he here? And Rin, you know the dog? Yep, we met some time ago. And I remembered. This is the dog Kud mentioned before.
Right, we finally met. I heard she'd be on duty today.
Day duty.
Oh, on day duty today. So...
She bent over, patting Strelka on the head. Strelka let out a loud bark. I was told her name too. She helped me when this guy got lost, Rin said, stroking the cat. Strelka wagged its tail. That's why we're friends.
Strelka's smarter than me,
she proclaimed in a delighted tone. Just, what am I supposed to think if she says that?
One of Strelka's special skills is tracking.
That's why Haruka-san was captured so quickly.
Were you two sunbathing?
Yup, we were. How did you know?
That's just how the atmosphere felt to me.
I see. Thanks to Haruka, went down a lot, the atmosphere. Strelka lowered its ears a bit. It's not your fault, Strelka. It wagged its tail once. It looks like you can understand each other. Translation, mon petite. No, I highly doubt you can learn to understand what dogs they use in cat food.
It seems Strelka has taken a liking to Rin-san.
It sure does. Strelka barked once.
It somehow feels like she's saying Rin, doesn't it?
Huh, you think so? It kind of feels that way now that you mention it. Strelka! Rin smiled happily when she heard Strelka answer her. Is something wrong, Cood?
I just remembered Rinsan's never called me by name.
That's... I hesitated a bit.
Could it be? It's something I wasn't supposed to bring up.
I looked at Rin worriedly. You want me to call you by name? She murmured in a small voice after a while.
Yes, I'd love you to. Of course, you're free to call me whatever you wish.
Okay, bitch.
oh.
Beach. Okay, beach.
Oh, God. No. Oh, man. No. Wait. I wouldn't even mind if you called me same as Strelka.
Oh, so I was right. A female dog. A beach.
Oh, goodness. But if you can't bring yourself to, we could just keep things like this, like before. Right. Maybe if I act like Strelka, it'll be easier for you to call me.
She stooped down and lowered her face on the ground level. Rin made a troubled expression, but what Cood did was overflowing with sincere good intentions, and it was difficult even for me to remain unmoved. Strelka barked. Rin knitted her brows. All right. She opened her mouth as if given a supportive push by Strelka. Kool-Aid cycle! Why Kool-Aid cycle? But as she made it this far, I could only keep silent. She knitted her brows again, preparing to say the next sound. Kuka!
That's a cute sleep breath.
No, she's not sleeping. Her eyes are wide open. Riki! Yeah, what is it? Just calling you. Oh, okay.
Let's talk about something,
she said, smiling from ear to ear.
Strelka's a girl.
Ah, I see.
By the way, I'm a girl too.
Well, I know that.
Oh, something I would say. Anywho, you do? I'm glad then.
For some reason, she smiled happily.
And to tell the truth, I'm Strelka's older sister. Meaning, I've been taking care of Strelka. She was so tiny before, but she soon grew up and was running happily around.
Sounds like you had it rough there.
Yes, she was mischievous. Something like a wild horse, I guess. No, she's a dog. Strelka, that is. I don't know why I said it like that. She was like an arrow let loose. That's why my little sister's name, Strelka, means small arrow.
She showed us Strelka's collar. English? Probably not. Those were letters I'd never seen before in my life. Strelka barked. She seemed proud. So, does Kuryavaka mean something too?
Yes, it does. It's like a nickname that became my name.
Is that why she wanted to be called as informally as possible?
Rin. San.
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 Cood quietly called Rin's name. Strelka barked. She pressed her lips together in a straight line as if mustering enough courage. Her lips parted slightly. Cood! Letting out a short sound.
Yes?
Cood and Strelka answered in unison. Hey, Strelka, you shouldn't be barking at her, right? She wagged her tail. Do you understand?
Ah, that's right. Strelka's still on duty. Then let's go.
She stood up, brushing the dust off her mantle and skirt.
I'm helping Strelka today.
Oh, I see.
That's why you now I
San.
Ren-san.
She started running along with Strelka. Wait, isn't this the wrong time to be calling her Rin-san? Rin, who was occupied with one of her cats, showed no reaction to my muttering. Rin, I'm leaving soon. Got something to do! You should at least remember what happened this morning. But that is all the time that we have for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, by subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. And Diamond is looking at me funny. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!
Bye! Don't forget to subscribe for my roommate because she's awesome!
Wait.
Why?
Wait, though. Okay, bye!
Okay, bye!